Good morning, class. Chanel York here. For my informative speech, I'm going to be discussing the famous actor Robert De Niro. Now, if you don't know who Robert De Niro is, let me show you a picture of him. Got it? All right. So Robert De Niro, he's going to be 73 years old this year in August. He was born on August 17th, 1943, and he was born in Manhattan, New York. Now, when I say famous, he's been in 90 different films. So, in my opinion, he's very talented. We're going to start with some information that I got off of Wikipedia.com, and it's just mainly his background growing up. So I'm going to start with his grandparents. They were both full Italian, and his dad was Italian, but his mom was Irish and German. So he does have some Italian in him for all those roles he's playing. Now, his parents, they weren't together for very long. They divorced when he was about 3 years old, well, when he was 3 years old, and he stayed with his grandparents for a little while. His parents got divorced because his dad came out of the closet, and he was gay. And his mother became just very upset about that, and she ended up turning into an atheist. So his grandparents, during this divorce, during this, the stage of it, Robert De Niro stayed with his grandparents for a little while during the separation, and his grandparents went behind his parents' back and got him baptized. His dad wasn't really into religion, so he didn't support it either. So, moving on, Robert De Niro, he ended up moving out of his grandparents' house after that. So after that, when he was 10 years old, he ended up at Rhodes Preparatory School, but he transferred a few different schools prior to that. And this is where he picked up his first role, which was in The Wizard of Oz as the Cowardly Lion. And he said he really enjoyed that role. It was like his relief for his shyness, and that's where he really became fixated with theater. So he ended up dropping out of school at the age of 16 to pursue acting. And he studied at Stellar Adler Conservatory as well as Lee Strasberg Actors Studio. Now, he acted in a lot of films prior to The Godfather, but The Godfather was his big role, which led him to stardom, and that was the role that earned him his first Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor. That's pretty awesome. So moving on, I'm going to talk about some information that you can locally get, well, maybe not locally, but if you have access to a JSTOR at APSU or into the library. There's a journal called Acting in the Cinema by James Nairmore, and in this journal we learn about how Robert De Niro really takes on his role as an actor, from the movies Taxi Driver, New York, New York, and other movies, even for Godfather Part 2. For example, Godfather Part 2, he moved to Sicily to really just take in that role and learn about the area. Taxi Driver, he went out and got an actual taxi job for 2 weeks just to get more familiar with his role. And for other movies, he actually put on 60 pounds just to fulfill that role. Alright, let's moving on. Now, Robert De Niro, he doesn't really do many interviews, but he did one with CBS News, and you can find that on YouTube, actually. So, in this interview, he talks a lot about his father and how he really wants his father to be remembered. He wasn't very famous, but he was a famous painter. And Robert De Niro owns a few restaurants, and he has his dad's paintings hung up in his restaurant. He says that he's very particular about the way that they look and the way that they're hung up. And I want to also move on to his mom. When Robert De Niro picks up or chooses the acting role that he wants to do, he he got some influence from his mom, because when he was young, he said that his mom always thought that he was really funny, but he never really saw that. So that's when he really picked up the roles, such as Meet the Fockers. I don't know if you guys have seen that one, but it's a great movie if you want to watch it. That's when he started becoming not more of a comedic actor, but picking up those roles. Alright, well, this concludes my my informative speech on Robert De Niro. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'm looking forward to watching your guys as well. Bye!